Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Meeker and I am a level 2 executive consultant with Rodan Fields, and I've been with Rodan Fields for 2 years and I think 4 months, and I love it. And of course I've been with Radiance ever since the beginning. And I am a busy mama of 4. I am a nurse and I'm going back to school and I'm going back to work. But you know what? You can fit this into your life. It is just so doable. You just do it as you find time, and you would have already heard stuff about that, so I won't go on about that. So this question is one of my favorite questions, and it is because it was always something that I thought too. I don't know where it comes from, especially when you understand what exactly a pyramid scheme is, or a pyramid scam, whatever you want to call it. But we just seem to have this idea that multi-level marketing groups are pyramid schemes. And you know what? I thought the same thing in the beginning too, until I actually started to look into it, and that's why I love this topic. So first, let me explain what a pyramid scheme is. A pyramid scheme is A, illegal, and B, what happens with a pyramid scheme is you give money and you get nothing in return. So you don't get a product, you don't get a service. It's like with the hopes of someday getting something. But those are illegal. So this is why Rodan Fields is not a pyramid scheme. The doctors at Rodan Field, they are well known. They are the proactive doctors. They're still working in California. And Rodan Fields is huge right now, right? It's the #1 premium skincare brand in all of North America. If Rodan Fields was a pyramid scheme, considering it's illegal, it would have definitely been investigated by now and shut down if it was a pyramid scheme. So that's easy. And 2, when we make purchases, whether we're a consultant or a customer, you get a product in return. So we're not giving money and getting nothing in return. We get product in return. So very easy. Obviously, Rodan Fields is not a pyramid scheme. And then I want to explain why I think sometimes we get this mixed up. When you look at any big corporation or business, let's just use, for an example, a popular department store. I won't give names, but let's just say a department store. So when you think about it, you have the workers on the bottom. I don't like using bottom, but let's just say we use the bottom because that's usually in any company, your workers are your main, the highest number of employees. If you were to put them in a category, it would be workers. Above that, you would have supervisors. Above that, you would have managers. And then as you go up, it gets smaller and smaller until you get to the CEO. So if you look at what that would look like, it's a triangle, right? Workers, supervisors, managers, main manager, CEO. It goes up like this because that's how businesses are structured in general. Majority, not every, but majority of businesses are structured like that. Me as a nurse, you have your staff on the floor, then you have your managers, department managers, and as you go up and up, it gets smaller and smaller again, right? That's just how it works. So when you also look at multi-level marketing and you think about it, it technically is a triangle as well. For the most part, it deviates a little bit. So for example, you would have, I'm going to use Radiance as an example, you'd have Courtney as the leader, and then below her you would have myself and Brittany and Amy and all her, she has lots of consultants, I can go on a while, but you'll see them below her, and then below us you'll have all of our consultants, and below our consultants they'll have their consultants. So if you look at it, technically it's going to look like a triangle again, right? Now here's the really interesting thing, and the thing I love about multi-level marketing, and I can really only speak about Rodan Fields because this is the only multi-level marketing company I'm with. But in the department store, let's go back to them for a second. The workers on the bottom rung there, because you know it's the most amount of people, you get a certain amount of money. in general, as you go up that triangle and as you go up in management and jobs above you, they make more money than the ones below. And that's just how it is, unless you work an incredible amount of hours and lots of overtime, but even still, you might never make as much money as like the CEO. That's just standard. That's how it is. Now, with Rodan and Fields, and I'm just not going to say multi-level marketing anymore. You know what we're not talking about. I'm going to talk about Rodan and Fields. So with Rodan and Fields, this is the thing. This is not even a rarity. This happens quite often, and it could happen every other month. It might never happen, but honest to goodness, it happens quite often. So let's just say, so above me, there's Courtney. If I work, now Courtney is amazing. She works super hard. Her sales volume is amazing, but we're just going to use this as an example. Let's say I had a really good sales month. I made a lot of sales. I signed on some consultants. My sales volume, personal sales volume was really high. It could be higher than Courtney's. So Courtney as a level 5 executive consultant and me as a level 2, because, I'm below her because of where we're placed in our little family radiance family tree. I could make more money than Courtney easily if I had a better sales month than her. So even though she's technically above me, even though she's higher ranking than I am, I can make more money than her. Same as my consultants under me. And guys, this has happened quite a lot, where if they work really hard and my team is amazing and they work super hard and Team Glow, I have to shout it out. But if they work really hard, they can make more money than me. Even 2 people down the rung, even someone who's an executive consultant, even they might be executive consultant, I might be level 2. Courtney is a level 5. Our executive consultant could make more money than myself and Courtney if they work super hard and they make a lot of sales and they're putting the time in. That's the great thing about Rodan and Fields. Even though we're kind of in a triangle, and actually when you think about it, it's kind of like a bunch of trees because of how it works. But if you look at that little family tree triangle, it doesn't matter where you are in those rungs. The only thing that matters is how much work you put into, and that's what's going to show in your paycheck. That's what you're accomplishing with your business. As you are growing your business, your event, you are going to work your way up just because that's what happens. And you will, my goal, I want to be a level 5 executive consultant, and I'm working to that. But that's in my power, and I can do all that within my power. So to clue up, Rodan and Fields is absolutely not a pyramid scheme, pyramid scam, whatever you want to call it. And the great thing about taking on this as a business, what you're going to get out of the company is completely on you. You can very easily work your way up in this business much more than you can in a standard type of business. And I'm a registered nurse, and I can tell you I'd have to work awfully darn hard, and I would have to go for many different positions to work my up once I get to my highest rung of what I am as a nurse. And I just see the potential for Rodan and Fields so much more. And I see it as the power is in my hands so much more with this business than my profession. Anyway, if you have any other questions about how this all works with the pyramid scheme, or there's something that's just nagging in the back of your head that I didn't address, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you, or one of the other girls will. And I hope you have a great night.